All right, what's up, y'all? This is BoxingWave. I haven't been doing a lot of videos lately, and there's been a lot going on this past week in boxing. So I'm gonna try to talk about as many things as possible in this video about everything that's going on this past week or so. Okay, some of these topics deserve their own video, but being that I'm a little late here, I'm just gonna brush up on just giving you my thoughts on what's been going on. All right, I know I haven't made a lot of videos. I have been very busy, and with my career and work, and a lot of changes have been made with me. So I really haven't had time to discuss boxing as often as I once did. But I'm gonna try to play catch up in this video, and then from here on, try to get back on the ball with the videos and stuff. Uh, so let's start off with Mayweather. Let's talk Mayweather, Pacquiao, and Stephen A. Smith, and Mayweather Sr. and all the stuff that's been going on this past week. I said many months ago that I'm never going to do another video about Mayweather and Pacquiao unless they're scheduling a fight with each other. Okay. Um, that still stands. All right. I don't think they deserve their own video at this point because even though you get a lot of views and stuff by making those videos, these guys are not going to fight. And I accepted that a long time ago. And even though I'm disappointed by it, I really don't care at this point because we all as boxing fan has got exhausted just from going back and forth and thinking they're gonna fight because leading up to the fight with Maidana and Pacquiao, scheduling this fight with Chris Algieri, when they both did not have a fight scheduled, you didn't hear a peep from either camp, nothing at all. As soon as they have their fight scheduled, all right, and the contract's been signed and the dates are already been made and the venues, they start, exchanging words back and forth between each other. And it happens all the time. I believe 78 Sports was the first one to say that on here. It's like, we don't hear a peep from them when they have no fight scheduled. But when they have a fight scheduled, they want to use each other's names as promotion. And I'm not making any videos on that, okay? It's ridiculous at this point. But anyway, let me get back to what's going on. Now, Stephen A. Smith has come out and said that if Mayweather does not fight Pacquiao within these last two fights, or fight Canelo Alvarez in a rematch, or Miguel Cotto in a rematch, that he believes that Mayweather is not ducking but avoiding Pacquiao. Okay? That's what he says. Now, Stephen A. Smith is a big supporter of Floyd Mayweather. I'm a big supporter of First Take and Stephen A. Smith himself. Okay? I actually admire Stephen A. Smith a lot, big time. Okay? I just like what he does. I think he's great at what he does. Unfortunately for him, is they don't have the knowledge of boxing as they should if they're going to speak on it. Okay, him and Skip Bayless have great knowledge when it comes to basketball, football. They know some good baseball stuff, and sometimes they go in golf, and they know, they have a lot of knowledge. I'm not trying to dispute that at all, but when it comes to boxing, they just don't have it. And it's okay because you can't be great at every sport. You can't be extremely knowledgeable about every sport. You just can't. And when it comes to boxing, I usually watch the show after a Mayweather and Pacquiao fight, and they say the same thing every single time. First of all, that's the only time they saw boxing when it's related to Mayweather or Pacquiao. And when they talk about it, they say the same thing. Stephen A. is the Mayweather supporter. Skip Bayless is the Pacquiao supporter. Skip says Mayweather is ducking Pacquiao. Stephen A. supports Mayweather and thinks he's the greatest boxer ever, all right, that he's ever seen. Skip Bayless says Sugar Ray Leonard would have knocked out Floyd Mayweather. It's the same thing every single time. All right. And then they debate. That's the only debate that they have about boxing. is whether Mayweather is better than Sugar Ray Leonard. Like, those are the only two fighters in the sport of boxing. And Stephen A goes recently and says that he should not be fighting Amir Khan. I just based on what he said, and I did watch the follow up. Stephen A. Smith did in response to Floyd Mayweather. I watched that this morning, and based on what we've heard him say, you don't even know if Stephen A. even actually ever seen Amir Khan fight. You might not even know. Like, you can't tell, because the only names that come up in their conversations are Floyd Mayweather and his opponents, Manny Pacquiao and his opponents, and Sugar Ray Leonard. Okay? He says Amir Khan is not on a level as Floyd Mayweather, but he doesn't say why. He doesn't say that Amir Khan got knocked out by Danny Garcia, or, didn't look impressive in his fight against Julio Diaz, or he doesn't talk about any other of his recent fights. He just says, in general, he's not on a level as Floyd Mayweather. And they do that with every single opponent that comes up, because they don't know, which is okay. But they're talking boxing on a massive level, like, where everyone is watching their show. Everyone watches this show. So if he goes and make that kind of comment about Floyd, and he brings up Canelo Alvarez, now those two names that he brought up, not saying that they were to be like the worst fights, but those are the most casual names that you can bring up. Because the diehards, if they don't want to see Pacquiao, they want to see Keith Thurman, they want to see Kell Brook, they want to see Demetrius Andrade, they want to see somebody at 154, they want to see Golovkin. They didn't bring up any of those names. He said a rematch with Miguel Cotto and Canelo Alvarez. The most casual names to bring up. The only other two fighters that are actually in pay-per-view. He hasn't brought up any of the other up-and-coming fighters, and that's how you know that these guys don't really know what they're talking about. When it comes to boxing, when it comes to everything else, I would never debate Stephen A. or Skip Bayless, and you know what? It's not even just about me. It's people that watch boxing, people that don't even know as much as me would know that there should be other fights taking place outside of just rematches with Canelo and Cotto, Not saying those are the worst fights, but that's not what people are asking for neither. So when you say he shouldn't be fighting Khan, but he should be fighting Cotto and Canelo, it's like, what are you talking about? Why even bring this up? So that's my thoughts on that. All right. I don't believe the fight is going to happen at this point. And Floyd Mayweather, his demeanor lately has just been different. I seen a Fight Hype interview where Floyd was like, Fight Hype asked him, are you still into boxing? Like, are you still interested? And his answer was like, I don't know. I think that was the last thing they asked him. And, I think as I love Floyd, I paid for many of his pay-per-views and everything, but he just doesn't seem like he has it in him anymore. And I think it's really his time to go. Like, I think it's time. If he were to retire today, I really wouldn't be upset, because I think he's had a great run, and these last two fights is based on what it's starting to look like. It's going to be Amir Khan and somebody else. It's like, I like the Amir Khan fight, but I'm not dying to see it. If he beats Khan, it does absolutely nothing for me, But one last thing I want to bring up about those two. Roger Mayweather is saying that the Pacquiao fight, and Mayweather got really upset and said that he's going to, fire his father possibly. And, he's been doing a lot of changes with his camp. I don't know why people still, like, when I see a Roger no disrespect to Roger, not Roger, I'm sorry, Mayweather Sr. Mayweather Sr. said that the fight with Pacquiao is definitely going to happen. I don't know why people click on the videos, because No disrespect to Roger or Floyd Sr., but it's clear that Mayweather does what he wants to do. And their word really doesn't mean much. Okay? No disrespect, but it's true. Mayweather do what he wants to do. If I don't hear it from Floyd's mouth himself, and sometimes that don't even count. I'm not gonna listen to Roger Mayweather talk about who Floyd could possibly be having, because the last person that, or I just don't think Floyd goes to his father and speaks about who he possibly might fight next. Like, we've seen that they don't have that type of relationship. All right, they just don't. So I don't watch his interviews. I don't even watch it. I see Floyd Sr. says Pacquiao is next, or Amir Khan is going to get knocked out by Floyd. I don't watch those. I don't even click on them, because why do I want to click on them? Why? If Floyd is not saying it, I don't want to listen to Floyd Sr. say it. I don't know why people watch the interviews. So anyway, let's move on to some other things. Jermain Taylor, he beat Sam Soliman. I saw the fight. I'm gonna get straight to it. Congratulations, Jermain Taylor. Winning the title. All right. But I'm still worried about him. Okay, Sam Soliman is not a huge puncher. It was a very ugly fight. Neither one of them landed clean the majority of the fight until Sam Soliman got hurt, and then Jermain Taylor it was very easy for him to land that right hand that he was going for throughout the whole fight. Congratulations to him, but I would never want to see him fight Golovkin. I just wouldn't want to see that. I'm still worried about his health, and anyone that's had brain damage, I'm worried about him. I'm just straight up. I'm glad he won the fight. I think he was having trouble leading up to the sixth round or halfway through the fight. I thought Sam Soliman was able to land that left hook every time, that check left hook. Every once in a while, Jermain Taylor could not land clean. Even when Soliman was falling, all right, they weren't clean shots. It was basically unbalanced. Soliman is a very unbalanced fighter, and a lot of those shots that were thrown that he fell for were shots to the neck, the shoulders, the arms, his chest. They weren't clean shots, and he fell down for a lot of them, And then when his leg was hurt, it was open season for him. Okay, he couldn't move anymore, and it was easy for Jermain Taylor to land that right hand. All he did, all his whole offense, Jermain Taylor's whole offense is the double up on the jab and throw the right cross after that, and that was his whole offense. Okay, he didn't go to the body at all. He didn't throw much. He didn't have an arsenal of weapons in that fight, and I think when he fights a better fighter, he's going to have trouble. Okay, Sam Soliman is good, but he needs his movement. And after that after he hurt his leg, it was over. All right, he didn't really have anything else, okay, because he's not a huge puncher anyway. All right, he has a very awkward style. It's like, who was commentating in the fight? Teddy Atlas was saying he doesn't have that textbook style. He has the total opposite. Okay, Jermain Taylor is probably the better boxer, but I think Sam Soliman was landing the better shots early in the fight, especially the left hook. And sometimes he would come over the top with the right. He was countering Jermain Taylor. But Jermain Taylor won, and I'm happy for him. But I'm just worried about him fighting like a Golovkin or a big puncher at 160. Okay, even like a Peter Quillen. I don't want anything. I don't want no accidents to happen in the ring or anything like that. And that's my thoughts on that. Who else for? Okay, Andre Dirrell. He won a fight that same night. That guy was Nick Brinson. I believe that's what his name was. It was a pretty good fight. I think I like Andre. I've been following Andre Dirrell for a while, and he was actually my favorite in the Super 6 tournament. I'm a big Ward fan too, but I'm a little bit more of an Andre Dirrell fan over Andre Ward. and I'm glad he's back. I didn't know what he was going to be, and I didn't know what to expect when he came back from, after he got released from 50 Cent's contract. I didn't really know what to expect. But I don't know, maybe it's just me, but maybe, it seems like his demeanor is just different now. I think he looks a lot stronger. Um, he's still a great boxer defensively, but he was always extremely defensive minded first, and it seems now it's like even the sparring session with Jay Leon Love, he seems like he just wants to punish whoever he's fighting at this point. You know, I don't know why, but he looks great. He looks a lot stronger than he did before, and I like it. I would like him to continue stepping it up in competition, and possibly fighting Froch. And Froch is not going to fight him in a rematch. Let's get serious. I think he needs to clear out the division, and I would like to see him and Ward finally fight. I mean, that fight should have happened years ago. I would love for that fight to take place, okay? Because me personally, I don't think anyone can beat Andre Ward at 160, 168, and at 175, and that's the honest truth. And I think if anyone can beat him, I think Dirrell has the best chance of beating Andre Ward. I know Golovkin fans, I know some of you think he can beat Ward. I think some of you guys could think that Kovalev could beat him at 175. But I personally think Andre Ward is going to beat anyone he faces. And I think Dirrell has the best chance, all right? As far as skill and athleticism, I think he's the only one that matches Andre Ward, all right? So I would love to see that fight within the next year or two, depending on, how everything goes with Andre Ward now that the passing of Dan Goossen, and how Dirrell continues to look against, once he steps up. All right. Anything else I wanted to talk about? Congratulations to K9 Cornelius Bundrage beating Carlos Molina. I did not think he was going to win that fight. I think Molina in his activity, okay, and Cornelius Bundrage is a rough fighter, but I figured Carlos Molina was going to find a way to neutralize that because he's great at tying up when he has to, okay? And even when he knows how to tie up and get out of it before the ref breaks him. And while he's coming out of the clinch, he's landing two more shots, at you. He's good at that pity pat punches, but he's very busy and he's very hard to time with his movement and his activity, his combinations. He keeps going and he holds you, when you get too close before you have a chance. But he didn't look like himself in this fight. I don't know if it was the hair. I don't know if it was the inactivity. He hasn't fought since he won the title last year. But he just didn't look sharp in there at all. You seen it in the first round. He looked terrible the whole fight. And K9 looked great. K9, 41 years old, the oldest to win the title at junior middleweight. He looked in tremendous shape still. He's always been like a brolic type of fighter. He looked great. And congratulations to him. I would like to see him fight Jermain Charlo. Jermain, the twin. The other one, not the one that's fighting Andrade, okay? I seen K9 and the Charlo twins going back and forth on Twitter maybe about a month ago. Okay, so I would like to see that fight. And I also would like to see if Bundrage would fight James Kirkland. That would be a cool fight too. Of course, he wants to fight. I was listening to 78 Sports video today, and he was saying how he would like to fight Mayweather. There's some bad blood there. Or he would like to fight Canelo. That's who everyone. I just made a video about that. Everybody in the division wants to fight those two. All right, but if he doesn't fight those two, I would like to see him fight either Jermain Charlo or James Kirkland. I don't know what's going on with Kirkland right now. I don't know who he's going to fight anytime soon, but those would be two cool fights to watch. All right, I would like both of those fights. So anyway, that's all I'm gonna talk about today. I just wanted to briefly catch up to everything that's been going on this week, and try to get back to me and doing these videos. Try to do more often. All right, I know I've been slipping a little bit, but try to get back to it soon. All right, so let me know what you guys think. Subscribe to the channel. Peace.